Hi everyone, hope you're keeping okay. Welcome to another video. This time we're going to be taking a look at the bus transport in Otley along with the bus station. The origins of bus transport in Otley trace back to the immediate post-war World War period, when motor buses began supplementing and eventually challenging established rail and tram services in the Wharfe Valley. The first recognised motor bus service in the area commenced around 1919, operated by Normington and Co. of Burley, providing a route from Otley to Ilkley via Burley and Wharfedale using a single vehicle. This pioneering service addressed local demand for flexible road connections between market towns, making the shift from horse-drawn omnibuses and the dominant Otley and Ilkley Joint Railway, which had opened in 1865 but was limited by fixed schedules and routes. In the 1920s, competition intensified as independent operators proliferated, expanding routes to major cities and fostering a nascent bus network. Fred Rathmell's Cream Bus Services launched a parallel Otley to Ilkley route in 1921, while the Otley and Lawnswood Motor Bus Company, run by Barrett and Thornton, introduced a service to Lawnswood Tram Terminus in 1922, extending it into Leeds city centre's Woodhouse Lane by 1925. The company built a garage on Bonga that year, which survives today as a tyre workshop, but some will obviously know it as Samuel Legard's. Other entrants included Otley Motor Caravan Company, I hope I pronounced that right, Arthur Skinner and Sarah Buttery in the early 1920s, alongside Joseph Robinson and Francis Blakey's Otley to Harrogate service from around 1922, which the Harrogate and District Roadcar Company, which later became the West Yorkshire Roadcar Company, took over in 1924 and extended it to Bradford. Samuel Legard Limited, based in Armley, Leeds, entered the local scene in 1925 with a joint service to Leeds Woodhouse Lane, alongside J. Cole & Sons and G.F. Tate, acquiring the Otley and Lawnswood operation and depot in 1927, as well as the Leeds to Ilkley via Guiseley route from Jules Antichen, if I pronounced him right. By the early 1930s, Legard had consolidated most independent operators in the area, except the Harrogate Company, through purchases like those of Arthur Thornton in 1934 and the Moorfield Bus Company in the late 1920s, establishing routes to Bradford via the 1935 acquisition of B&B Tours Limited and enhancing connectivity to Leeds. Parallel to those motorbus developments, electrically powered trolleybuses provided an early form of overhead-wired public transport in Otley, operated by Leeds Cooperation Tramways. The Guiseley to Otley route opened on the 9th of September 1915, followed by Guiseley and Burley and Wharfedale on the 22nd of October 1915, connecting White Cross in Guiseley to the Leeds tram network and running from Otley's Maypole terminus with a return fare of 3d. These services operated until 1928, after which motor buses fully supplemented them due to lower costs and greater route flexibility. By 1930, emerging bus networks like Legard's had integrated former trolleybus paths into expanded road services, this in turn bridging the gap to regional connectivity. The growth of bus services in Otley was driven by economic and demographic pressures in Wharfedale, where industrial expansion, particularly in printing machinery and textiles, fueled population growth during the 19th century, creating demand for reliable commuter and goods transport beyond the railway's reach. The arrival of the railway in the 1860s had initially boosted industry, but by the early 20th century, its rigidity amid rising motor vehicle adaptation and post-war economic recovery shifted preferences towards road transport, culminating in the need for centralised facilities like the 1939 Otley bus station. And there ends part one of the transport around Otley. The second part will be all about the bus station, which has gathered quite a bit of interest on the Otley Things You May Have Forgotten site, as I have seen. So I do hope you enjoyed that. You've not got long to wait. That will be coming up very shortly. I just thought I'd split it into two parts. So there we go, folks. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, give it a like. Consider following me on Facebook and give it a like, share and subscribe on YouTube if you're watching on there. So until then, ta-ta for now.